yoga. As I was growing up, sort of going to college, high school, took on certain jobs. When I was unawakened, before the narcopaths, I came across them and I knew about the toxic family systems, etc. I actually had 2 relationships, and the second one was interrupted by meeting someone who belonged to the cluster B family system. I take blame for both of them falling apart, but the second one, it felt like a honey trap, but it was just someone who externally came across as very, very attractive, very high value externally. Notice the word externally. I didn't know about vetting people. I didn't know about finding out me myself. I was a baby. I'm still a baby, but I was a bigger baby then. I wasn't very mature. I'm still growing up now, but at that time, I wasn't very aware of certain behaviors, certain patterns, and I didn't even know who I was. But the first 2 people I met, it was a slow connection. It was a understanding. There was an allowing. There was 2 people getting to know one another. It was the steps, the different things, finding out about each other's likes, dislikes, sharing each other's dreams, fears. What's your favorite colors, what's your history, how you grew up, and doing lots of different things together, going places, traveling, sharing experiences. When things work out to plan, these gang stalkers everywhere. When things work out to plan, perfectly, usually that means that it's fake. Yeah. You shouldn't need me to tell you that when things work out like the plan, the plans, the pandemic, those sort of things there. When things work out in a certain way to plan on the point, it's usually a setup. Those things don't work out perfectly. Usually there's hiccups. There's a trial phase, a testing phase. You go back to the drawing board, you tweak a few things, and then it works. But when certain things work out exactly how they're supposed to, that's what you may know as an agenda. That's the thing about narcopaths. Nothing is done just out of pure joy, pure experience, pure feelings, pure actual real emotions. Everything is done with the knowledge of gaining something. It's all done sort of like, what does H.E. call it? He calls it what does he call it? There's a word he calls it. Something about the benefits anyway. So if they date this person, they can get me into football matches. If I date this person, he can get me into concerts, which I was that person. If I date this man, he can fix my sink. If I date this man, he can fix the lights and move my house, design lights around for me. as he's an electrician. If I date this person, they can be the taxi driver. If I date, them ones like that. That's how it is. People date to gain the benefit of dating the person, not actually getting to know the person. And that's what this video is about. HG did a video about Meghan Markle performing for the cameras rather than actually enjoying being present in the moment with her daughter and her son. And this is the thing about narcopaths. Narcs will never experience a genuine love for someone. We have to make this video over and over because it's quite a big one. Narcopaths will never experience agape love. They'll never experience a genuine care for someone. It's always kind of sports kids. I'm gonna date this woman because she's, pretty, give me pretty kids. I'm gonna date this woman because I'm gonna have many kids with her. She's childbearing hips. I'm gonna go to this place because I can make connections to get to the next level. There's never just allowing. This is the thing about with us chosen and our creations. When we create things, they come from a space of just being, a space of remembering. And these characters, these narcs, everything is like ego, like, oh, if I position myself with this person, I can go up. It's like even on YouTube streets, one person may have 100,000 subs and they'll make friends with someone and that person has got not even 1,000 videos, but out of the blue they now have 10,000, 50,000, 20,000 subs out of the blue just by association. It's not a genuine, slow growing, building up their own. And that's the thing about narcs. It's like, how can you shortcut development? How do you shortcut? There's no shortcut to discipline. There's no shortcut to having a fit body. But there are shortcuts to losing weight. They have this medical drugs. You have this Ozempic craze at the moment. There are shortcuts to certain money things, like crypto and I posted a thumbnail of someone who stole someone's ideas to get the credit for her works. So you do all the research, you do all the groundwork, and they'll put their name on top of it. You make the music, they'll put it on their label, they'll garner supply from your work. But yeah, this is another video, man. Everything is a fugazi in this modern time. Fugazi, I don't know how to say it properly. Everything is phony, They want to make you scared. They want to walk in your footsteps. They want to maybe walk into you on the street. They want to hold eye contact longer than normal. Learn to hold space. Learn to hold silence. Come to the understanding that only God matters. You don't need to explain yourself to nobody. You don't need to ask for permission for things. You're allowed to be yourself. You're allowed to grow and mature and gain experience. You're allowed to have physical and spiritual boundaries. You can say no to people. You can tell people to give you space to back away if you feel uncomfortable. You can decide not to go somewhere that you're made to feel guilty to go because it's family or whatever the case may be. But just to pull this all back together, as a chosen, even though we have a hard time in this reality, even as a normal, neurotypical as a normal, we're able to relax into allowing, into knowing, falling in love, or I say standing in love with someone, finding someone, a friend, a partner to go through this reality with without having to need them for anything. No using people to get somewhere. No dark triad manipulation tactics to get these benefits from people based on what they can do for you, rather than just being normal human beings and liking someone just because they seem appealing to you, or you have similar interests, and you want nothing from them. You just want to spend quality time with them. Start a family with them. Share your life, magnify your experiences in this reality. So there you go, that's the video. These people will never experience love. They'll never experience natural love, agape love, genuine love, real, anything real. Everything is fugazi. Not for you though, it ain't. In this spiritual reality, you're going to keep moving forward in a positive way.